So, this video is personal, but it's necessary. I want to talk about something that's been sitting quietly in the background of my journey, which has to do with being multi passionate and finally embracing it. A while back, I shared a clip of me practicing the keyboard on Facebook. Just a small win at the beginning of my classical music journey. And then an old friend commented, "You do all." Now, it wasn't shade. I know this person and I know they said it out of a pure heart. It was a simple, genuine observation, but it rocked me. Immediately, I spiraled. Am I doing too much? Is this sustainable? Do people think I'm scattered? Should I tone things down? I questioned everything, even though this kind of creative multitasking has always been a part of me. In high school, I played soccer. I sung in a group, shout out to Jazz of Clay. Continued on to college, shout out to Joyful Way Incorporated. I was in the cadets in high school. I helped plan class performances because even though I was a science major, I've always had a thing for the arts and the creatives. I held leadership roles and did pretty good academically as well. I've always lived this way. So why was I suddenly ashamed of it? Why did adulthood make me feel like I had to choose just one lane? Here are four ways that embracing being multi passionate means to me in this season. Number one, rebranding my YouTube channel. And you have seen a little bit of change on the channel, and I hope you like it. And if you do, please let me know down in the comments exactly what you like about it. But one of the ways that I'm embracing being multi passionate is presenting all of the different ways that I like to express myself on the channel: curls, through hair, and how I'm taking care of it, how I am, wearing different hairstyles and doing all of the things that comes with natural hair care and maintenance, and chords, my classical music journey, and the different ways that I like to express myself in music. And finally, closet magic. I love to dress up and show up in different styles of clothing. And so in all of these different ways, I am presenting it to you all, and I am just enjoying the process. And I'm learning that all of these different ways of self expression are important to who I am as a person, and this YouTube channel will continue to reflect that. So I'm going to continue to encourage you all who consider yourselves multi passionate to embrace all of those different parts of you, because that is truly the embodiment of who you are. Number two, giving myself permission to create in multiple directions. Whether it's natural hair, whether it's about plant care, whether it's about music, I am giving myself permission not to force as niche upon myself, even as I create content on YouTube and on other platforms. It was very easy for me to recognize that as much as I love natural hair, it wasn't the only thing that I was passionate about. And so some of the things that I'm learning, whether it's from my teacher in piano class, is also very interesting. And I hope that somebody can be inspired to also continue to pick up a new habit. And whether it's taking you decades or a long time to learn the fundamentals, I still recognize that I'm still learning a lot of fundamentals in music theory. But I'm giving myself permission to try and explore that area of passion that I enjoy. Learn something that could spark a new sense of joy in you or your family and the people around you. Number three, I am reminding myself that variety is not equal to chaos. You can give yourself permission to enjoy a variety of things without it feeling like you're setting yourself on fire in the process. One of the things I have to remember, and I have said it before in a previous video, about the jack of all trades, master of none. I'm going to link that video somewhere at the end. But it's the fact that if you do enjoy a multiple of different things, you can give yourself permission to enjoy or explore something new about each one of these things. For me, it involved setting up the system of putting the year in blocks and putting each one of these different passions in a different quarter of the year and learning something new about. I encourage you to do that, because the next thing you know, you can probably bake something and share it with your friends or invite your friends over. It could be you enjoy just, hosting, and you also enjoy gardening. You could garden get some fruit from there and use it in your hosting and share with people how to do such things. I realized that even though a lot of different things can seem scattered, it's very easy to kind of draw a line of similarity between a lot of different areas of passion. So go out there and explore, and I'll be cheering you on. Finally, I stopped waiting for mastery level to share. Here is an area of challenge as you continue to live this multi passionate life. Every single stage might present an opportunity to unlearn or relearn. I had to recognize that, especially when it came to music, I had to start from scratch. A lot of my friends who do music started when they were much, much younger than I was. I picked this up much later in life. And sometimes it was easy for me to find myself comparing myself with them as to why I didn't, for example, know how to quickly sight read. And I had to recognize that that was going to stagnate my growth or my process. And it got to a time I had to free myself from those kinds of expectations. And now I am very, very happy to share that I even enjoy the mistakes. There have been moments when I am tempted to edit something out, but I would rather just post it. The joy of just learning alone and even the process of picking out those things that I can improve on is reason enough to enjoy all of these different passions. So give yourself that opportunity to find the joy in the midst of all of it versus the maybe strictness of having to let it look perfect. So, what does this mean for you? First of all, start embracing it. You cannot do everything, but you can do some things, which would mean setting priorities. It may mean beginning your day with that particular thing that you want to improve on. It could mean every day setting 10 minutes of your time to perfect that particular skill that you would like to do. I tend to set at least 15 minutes a day to practice my music, and it has been very helpful in being able to prioritize that area of my life. You would have to start setting some priorities regarding those things that you enjoy. Finally, find or create content around the different things that you're multi passionate about. So, if you are on this journey as well, I would encourage you to fully show up in all of the different ways that God has gifted you and to also invite you on my journey and continue to cheer you on as you go. First one is regular quiet time with God. I believe that one of the best ways to avoid burnout is to go back to your source. My source is the Lord Jesus Christ. Is God, is His Word, is irregular times of fellowship, is Bible study with different women, with different men and women in different circles. And so, one of the ways that I avoid burnout is to truly go back to those people, those places that I know I can find encouragement, that I know will align me back to my greater purpose, which is being a child of God and doing God what God has called me to do, connecting with like-minded people in all of these different spaces, which are very community centered or communal centered, are definitely wonderful ways that I avoid burnout in all of this. Two, regular check-ins with loved ones. One of the things that I think is so important about avoiding burnout is to be able to spend time with your loved ones, with your friends and your family. These are the people who know you best. Before you turn on a camera, before you turn on any lights and makeup, a little blush here and there, put on something. These are the people who are going to point you in the right direction if they feel like you're probably stretching yourself a little bit too thin, which might happen if you decide to sort of embrace all of these different aspects of life. They will also help you to know when you need encouragement. They're the first people to identify if something that you're doing is not exactly coming off the way they know you. These people, your friends, your family, your spouse, your children, they know you best. Best friends, your all of these people who have known you since day one are really the people who are going to keep pointing you in the right direction. Take time for rest and sleep. There are so many different types of rest that I have learned recently, and rest is not just about sleep, it's also about taking breaks every now and then. Take the time off you need from the internet, find time to journal, to rest, to exercise, to eat properly. All of these are important ways to prioritize rest in your life. Also, take some time to travel to see new places if that's a possibility for you. I enjoyed some trips that I took about 2 to 3 years ago, and I really enjoy just the process of going to see new places. Not only does it recharge you creatively, it also helps you to have new ideas around certain things that you enjoy. I love the arts. So 3 years ago, I took a trip to Disneyland. And as an adult, who's a certified Disney adult, it was such a beautiful and refreshing moment to just see all of these different stories that I have enjoyed over the years come alive in Disneyland. And it was so beautiful. And I'm just so thankful to my friends and family out in California who hosted me. Hi, Letitia. And so take some time to travel. I went last year to see my sister in the UK, and it was such a beautiful time. I enjoy going to Ghana every now and then to be with family, and I find that travel exposes you to different things, different people, and as a creative person, as a multi-passionate person, it also helps to recharge and invigorate you into thinking about different things in different ways, and it's always such a joy to relax in that way. Finally, creative play without the pressure of recording or presenting it, or maybe putting it out on the internet. Sometimes for a passionate person or a multi-passionate person, you might just want to sit behind the keys or the guitar or the violin and just play. Just there's no formula to anything like that. I enjoy doing things like that when it rains. I love the sound of rain, and I just enjoy sitting behind the keyboard and just playing some classical pieces. It's so soothing, so beautiful to just hear, that sort of background of rain and having that classical music just play. There are moments in this creative journey or this multi-passionate journey that is just exclusive to you and not for everyone. And I think those moments are just as special as the moments that you share on the internet or with other people. If you ever needed permission, here is your permission from someone who is giving herself permission every day as she wakes up to walk fully in where God has her today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, let me know down in the comments how you're going to embrace all of those different things that you have going on in your life and you expect to continue to grow in or enjoy. Thank you for being here, and I hope this video resonated with you.